Briefly introducing Safient. Safient aims to provide a convenient and safe way of inheriting and safekeeping mechanism for crypto assets. Safient promises to securely and conveniently store any critical information that is needed to access and recover the assets in case of any tragic events. Yeah, I think like at least from what I read, this is really interesting because we all know how important it is to secure our data, our information, everything. And maybe it's an interesting use case for Filecoin IPFS storage system. So yeah, without further ado, I'll leave it to you, Kaushik, to introduce Safient to us.
Yes, sure. So let me share the screen. I think my co-founder Rajiv is also on the call. So maybe if he may also contribute at the beginning. So I think he can start.
Awesome. Nice to have you here, Rajiv.
I hope you can see the screen.
Yeah, it looks perfectly.
So Rajiv, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Good morning to everybody, or greetings to everyone whosoever is there. Thankfully, I joined on the nick of the times, this being a Saturday. So I welcome you to have a passionate look at the Safient as a project and a protocol. We are developing very passionately this entire inheritance supporting and safe assets management protocol. Just a little background about myself, Kaushik, and the other members, and what brought us together to undertake this ambitious program. My name is Rajiv Singhi. I am by qualification, I am a chartered accountant, multi-jurisdictionally qualified chartered accountant in terms of CPA from Australia, United States, United Kingdom, Singapore, India, etc. And then I have been into industry in software, media, and allied industry for last 3 decades. And I may bring law background to it, with qualified as a in business, international business law, an LLM from University of Liverpool. And in terms of further education and my quest for knowledge, I earned a doctorate in international taxation from University of Mumbai. That being so, the pursuit towards and the quest of knowledge, that characteristic has propelled me to think the newer things in the fintech domains. And I came across Kaushik is a wonderful guy and a system security professional with a lot of expertise in Web3 technology and working very hard towards it. And then, we deliberated upon a specific pinpoint, and all of us, many of us probably for that matter, we invest in cryptocurrencies, which is the evolving new class of digital assets. And then we realized it's a very we are exposed to a very big challenge in all of us who as investors to this cryptocurrency and digital currencies, is that for any reason, if we lose the passwords or the security protection mechanisms, which are only and only known to the individual who is making the investment, that entire set of investment is lost. So there are two events typically. We in a human life that we are bothered about. One is an unfortunate event of the death of the asset holder, or by default or an accident, if the asset holder himself or herself loses the key to the vital assets that he or she is holding. So we all of us, are somewhere in our mind or somewhere in heart, we face this challenge. What would happen if any unfortunate event takes place and I die? And what would happen if I accidentally lose all the assets that I have? Because barring the individual who's holding the asset, and nobody knows how to access it. And if you look at the characteristic of any cryptocurrency or a digital asset at this moment, this is primarily an address-based asset. Whosoever has the access to that address or key to that access address can access it. So if you look at the other security instruments which are currently in vogue or in circulation in stocks, shares, bonds, those are not bearer assets. Those are registered assets. Those are registered in your name. So typically, whether nominated or not, I mean, the nominee gets the benefit of those assets being transferred in the event there is a death of the asset holder. But here, if you lose the key to the asset, it's gone forever. So we deliberated upon this issue because we confronted ourselves, and to whomsoever we met, we discussed, we conducted certain researches also. Everybody is facing the problem, and that is psychologically impacting the individual. What happens if the assets are lost? So we developed, based on our cumulative knowledge of, law, mechanism, and with technology, which Kaushik will very eminently describe. We developed a mechanism whereby in the events that if the assets are lost accidentally by the holder of the asset, or in the event that the holder of the asset does not survive and he is deceased or he dies, then how these assets are in the natural course, through an automated process, they get passed on to the inheritor through a very simple to operate and efficient to operate mechanism, which is safe and secure as well. And I now bring in Kaushik, who, as I briefly mentioned, he's a system security expert with special expertise in now the 3 stakes of technologies, and he has architected this entire project, and then he's working further to improve this protocol further. And we are looking to forge and form relationship with Filecoin and other storage providers also, which Kaushik would elaborate during his presentation. So we are looking all of you guys to have a deep and passionate look at our protocol. And our protocol is also supported by some good number of young, enthusiastic, ambitious Web3 professionals, Web3 technology professionals who are working very hard to make it a success. Over to Kaushik.
Yeah, thanks, Raju. I think that was a wonderful introduction to the team as well as the problem that we are trying to solve. So as Raju pointed out, how essential this particular solution to this particular problem that we are solving, which I don't think there is a lot of convincing required. Still, before we started working on Safient, we asked ourselves about our backup mechanism or our recovery mechanism or our inheritance plan, and it was something when we asked our users as well, or when we asked our potential users as well, we found out that only 22% of the people have inheritance plan and only 48% of the people have recovery plan, which was a tremendous number, and something that bothered us, and that was something. So that's something that made us that there has to be a solution that is has to be worked out, because the assets that we are working in cryptocurrency or the crypto assets are self-custody. That means there is no other way to recover or inherit other than if you don't have a plan created. And we started looking into the existing, the way the people are using the inheritance or recovery. And we found out that most of the solutions that are available are trusted recovery and inheritance solution. That means you have to have a good amount of trust on these authorities or good amount of trust on this technology or services that provide. And that most of the time doesn't work out for crypto asset or decentralized anything that will deal with the decentralized technology, because we are going towards the self-custody of assets, and we don't want to fall back to this the traditional recovery or the inheritance solution. And some of the technologies that provide solution in the decentralized space itself or the trustless space itself, we found out that these kind of solution are not really that easy to use, and it's not usable. And there is a lot of challenges onboarding and the entire process of inheritance or the recovery itself. And these are the main problems that we wanted to solve through Safient. So introducing Safient to you, where we create a solution that manages these crypto secrets securely and conveniently. with the help of safes, which can be either inherited or claimed by the beneficiary. And we make sure that all these things happen without any kind of a tremendous trust involved. So that means without the intermediaries, we are able to achieve this seamless process of transferring or inheriting the safe. So when we started planning for the solution, or when we wanted to create the solutions, we wanted to solve this with the whatever the problems that the people are facing in the available technology, or we wanted to find out why they don't have such solutions. And we came across, we provided this in three different, categorized into three different solution. We found out that this is very much required. The first one being the convenience. So we wanted to develop a protocol that abstracts away all this, whatever happens behind the scenes. So even though self-custody is very difficult to perform, like the transfer of self-custody or the inheritance of self-custody, it's very difficult to perform in a protocol. We wanted to abstract away all those things, and we wanted to provide the inconvenience to the user. And that's one of our priority as well. And the second thing is, obviously, when there is self-custody involved, people want that security for their assets, because if something happens to their self-custody, there is no support that is available to recover the assets. So we wanted to guarantee that the protocol that we are designing is secure, and there is a lot of trust in the security. Although we are designing a trustless system, there has to be a trust in the security that we are providing the protocol. So we use all the cryptography techniques to make sure we provide the best resilient security that is possible. And in the future, we plan on doing the most of the penetration testing or auditing in our platform as well. And the third and most important part of our platform, which we highlight ourselves, is removing the trust from our protocol itself. So we wanted to create our protocol or network where all the safekeeping mechanism of the safes or credentials or secrets has to happen in a completely trustless way. And even the inheritance, there need not be a complete trust on a party to transfer their asset or inherit their asset. And we created a completely trustless protocol with the help of the trustless guardians and the arbitrators that I'll talk about in the future. So basically, yeah. So this is how we plan on or creating the solution to our platform. And as I stressed out earlier, that the convenience of the platform is something that we focus a lot. And to achieve that, for the users to use our applications, as we found out with other applications, that onboarding to this kind of solution was very difficult, and also the entire process of using that application was very difficult, and we wanted to simplify this. So we provide with this just three steps for the user. So the user who wants to create a safe, inheritance safe for the recovery safe, they can come and create the safe in our platform. At any time, they can add the beneficiary, remove the beneficiary, all those things we provide with a simplistic way of using that feature. And the second one is after the safe created, they don't have to worry about anything. So it's completely safe, and it will be stored for any number of years, or it will be there in our platform for in the future for a longer time, without having to worry about losing their safes at any time, because the technology promises that. So the user, they themselves, or the beneficiary, they can come and create a claim in our platform, either for the inheritance or the recovery, and that gets executed. And finally, behind the scene, our actors in our platform will make sure that the recovery takes place in a faster, easier, and in a secure manner. So most of the time, the user only have to worry about creating a safe, and the beneficiary requesting a claim or the recovery of safe in our platform. This is how the flow works. So coming to the Safient protocol itself, so although we are abstracting away all those things in our platform, we do have other actors in our system, as well as along with that, we do have several Web3 technology stacks that we use that user necessarily don't have to understand what that is. So as you know, we have a safe creator and the safe beneficiary on our platform. So along with that, we have a couple of other actors called as trustless guardians, as well as arbitrators. So the role of the trustless guardians and the arbitrator is to make sure that the entire inheritance flow, as well as the safekeeping mechanism of the safe is happens in a seamless and secure manner. So other than that, our entire protocol itself uses several Web3 technology stacks. And we made sure that the way we picked stacks will make sure that our protocol not only provides the security and the efficiency right now, but even it should be able to scale in the future as well, because the project or the Safient itself is a long visionary project, because as we know that the crypto asset itself, the people will hold for a really long time, and we shouldn't have a lot of updates in our system itself when they're holding their assets. And we have planned in such a way that the technology stacks that we have selected is quite resilient, and also it is scalable in the future as well. So it's basically the combination of all those things. And as you can see, we use the tech stacks such as Ceramic Network, Textile, ThreadDB, which is a P2P database, and Filecoin and IPFS in combination to provide durability to our safes. And along with that, we use the cryptography techniques such as Shamir secret sharing to perform this secrets transfer of asset in a seamless manner. And we also use Ethereum as our smart contract platform, both for the dispute resolution as well as incentivization layer in our platform. So, the protocol itself has several components, and one of the crucial component in our protocol is providing this trustless mechanism of transferring the safes or safekeeping mechanism of the secrets of the user assets. And this is something that we are very, very unique when compared to the available technology, available solution out there. Is that one thing we found out, that the people really don't want trusted guardians to safeguard their asset, because although it has the trust cannot be completely removed in any system. Having a trusted guardian often leads to sort of inconvenience on both the onboarding process as well as the recovery process. And this is where we introduced a new concept of trustless guardians, where it's an incentivized way of incentivized guardians. All these people will be able to safeguard our the asset without relying on a single party. They collectively will make sure that the assets are the secrets which of these crypto assets will be safeguarded, as well as it can be easily recovered whenever the time comes. And for this to happen, we make sure that it's an incentivized way of safekeeping mechanism with the help of these trustless guardians. And the economy is something that we are proud of when we are working with this trustless guardians. So we introduce, we call these trustless guardians as Safients in our platform, and we consider that this is one of the crucial part of the project. And the second part is the safe itself. The safe is obviously the important part in our important component in our project, and we wanted to make sure that these safes are not only something that can store the data, but it should be quite durable. So we all know that these inheritable safes has to be stored really longer in our platform itself, and that's why we selected all these technology stacks to make sure that the safe themselves can exist in the protocol for a really long time, as well as it cannot be tampered with. And that is why we also provide the replication factor in the for the safe data itself. So as you can see, we use a couple of few stacks to do this, Ceramic Network being one of them. And obviously Filecoin and IPFS is something that we are really proud of. And we think that it's a crucial part in our project with the something that we actually were looking for the durable data storage is provided by both Filecoin and IPFS. And we also use Textiles tools such as Textile ThreadDB P2P storage mechanism, P2P database mechanism to store the metadata in our platform. Which is quite convenient for us to store the data, which instead we don't have to store in any database. Anybody can verify, and anybody can write into that data, and that makes the protocol work very faster and efficient. And coming to why exactly do we need Filecoin, or why not any other data storage? So we consider that Filecoin along with the IPFS provides multi-tiered storage system, which doesn't not just provides either cold storage or hot storage. In combination with the IPFS and Filecoin, we can provide the safes, which either if the user wants to access quickly, we can use the hot storage, or if it has to be stored for a really long time, we use the archiving techniques of Filecoin. And we have explored solutions such as to easily use Filecoin in our platform. You have explored textile Powergate and textile buckets, and finally, for our use case, we have concluded that textile bucket is something that we can use in our platform, because most of the data, safe data that we use in our platform are very small files, and an individual archiving is kind of like challenging in Filecoin. And that is why combining all these safes together, and we use that along with the textile buckets, so that a bunch of data could be stored and archived for the longer term. And in the future, we also think that our platform itself could be used for generic storage mechanism as well, generic safekeeping mechanism. At that time, we think that the larger set of data could also be stored, not just the seed phrase, encrypted seed phrases in our platform. At that time, Filecoin does really make sense to store larger data files for longer durability as well. And yeah, so Filecoin itself says that the Filecoin is for the humanity's most important information, and we consider in our platform that the safes are humanity's most important information in this ecosystem. So that is why Filecoin. So we do have competitive space, like the people who are working in the similar space, and few of them provide this inheritance and recovery plans. But the approaches that we have taken in Safient is quite different, and understanding the existing technologies and understanding the space, understanding the requirement of the user, we have crafted our solution and designed our solution in such a way that it could be quite scalable, and it does all the operation that user requires, such as in a claim, it could be inheritance or inventory exchange in case of any portfolio information that has to be shared. So we consider all these things, and we have designed in such a way that we think that we have edge over all our competitors in the space. And yeah, so it's not only the similar competitive space, the people who are working in the same space, the existing the solutions that people have found out for the safety being mechanism are a variety of ways. It could be password manager, safe deposit with the will. It could be multi-sig wallets which is blockchain agnostic, or a few other solutions. And when we compared our solution with all these different the ways of safekeeping or the inheritance, we found that again we have edge over providing the best out of like all the features that we provide. And we think that just for the inheritance as well as recovery mechanism, Safient provides the best and scalable, efficient and secure mechanism. Yeah, so the comparison, you can check more about the detailed comparison at safient.io. And so in terms of delivering our product to the market itself, we have come up with the 3 different approaches. One is the next release that the first release that we want to do is through the community edition. We want any individuals to create safes and create the inheritance plans right away. That will be the first and the community edition that we are planning to roll out. And the second will be the developer edition. We are also developing SDK simultaneously, so that people really don't have to use our user interface. Instead, if there are wallet services, either it could be custodial, non-custodial wallet services, or any kind of other services that require safekeeping mechanism or inheritance mechanism, they can directly integrate from their existing application itself. And the enterprise edition also, we think that a lot of bigger institutions require such kind of solution. It could be exchanges or big custodial wallet services, such as Coinbase or anything. So we think that we can provide customized or flexible plans for these kind of institutions, which is much more flexible and scalable in the future. And we have started ideating around that as well. So when it comes to the roadmap, we had started ideating around this concept the late last year itself. But yeah, so we started building the solution, or creating the prototype, working on a similar product at the beginning of this year. So that was so we presented one of the sister product in Hackathon in Ethridinner 2021 in February, and it was called Portex, and it was quite similar in terms of the design, but it was for the portfolio exchange instead of the safekeeping mechanism itself. So obviously, we had to re-architect a lot, but the tech stacks and then the technical feasibility was quite similar over there. And yeah, so that was recognized on one of the top 20 projects, and yeah, so that kind of like gave exposure to the ecosystem, what people are looking for. So currently we are at the stage of prototyping and doing internal alpha release, and we are very close to delivering a solution combining all this architecture that we have already created, and creating a tech stack that actually creating a solution that actually works. And yeah, so we are confident that we can roll out the private beta very soon in the next coming months. And after that, we will be doing a beta release for the community after testing the features, getting the user feedback. We are planning to do the community edition beta release immediately after that. And obviously, when we go full-fledged mainnet, we want to make sure that all the security that our platform provides or any kind of vulnerability our platform has to be properly audited. And even after the audit, we are planning to go mainnet in the early next year. That is our current roadmap look like. And in terms of the development, we believe that development is best developed strategy, especially something like Safient, where it involves a lot of security related stuff that we design, and we want to use the best tools that are available, and best people can monitor our project, so that there is not a lot of vulnerability, or we don't so we wanted to be openly verifiable project, and most of the architect solutions also we documented. So you can check out safient.io for the product details, and resources.safient.io or docs.safient.io, where we started putting out some of the developer documentation information as well. You can reach out to us through social media handles, Twitter, and try to contribute on GitHub. Or through mail, or we also have a Discord server that you can find out through our website. Yeah, so that's basically Safient for you, and thanks for the time.
That's great. Thank you, Kaushik, Rajiv, for your amazing project demo. Can you introduce more about the team? How big you are? What stage are you are? What are you looking for?
So I think I'll go. I'll take that question. So currently we are a small team. So we are from Consensus Labs. It's a research and development lab, and Safient is one of the projects and solely the main project that we are working on currently. And yes, so our team currently consists of 5 development. In the technical team, we have only five people, including me, and Raju being the co-founder. And we definitely want to increase our team. So we have been planning to increase the team size, but I think we have expertise to bring out some of the features, or basically give out this product to the community. And yeah, so in terms of the expertise, I myself have worked in around 4 years in this Web3 space full time, and I initially was I have an information security background in even my master's and all. And initially I had worked in RSA security. So security is something that had, information in security is something that I have carried out throughout my career. And yeah, so that is what brought me to this space. And we believe that our, the people that are working also are very passionate about this space. And yeah, so a lot of learning. And also from last year, we have got involved with this like Filecoin, IPFS, and especially ceramic and textile. So we have worked on a lot of other products which use the similar tech stack. And in terms of implementing the tech stack, we know like where exactly that we can fit in. And we were one of the initial people to test out the alpha version of ceramic networks. So we closely work with the implementation of the ceramic network as well. So that's about our team.
Awesome. That's great. Please.
Just to add to Yeah, just to add to what Kaushik has mentioned is that we are gradually building the team on need-based basis, in the sense that we rely on some outsourced working partners also. So as our development takes penetration, it's a great and takes mobility and movement. We will keep augmenting our team size and enlarging it based on the requirements of the time and requirements of the day. And so that is a clearly laid out plan on that. But initially we want to keep it nimble, efficient, cohesive, and very focused. And all of the guys we are working together are very focused on the things that we are doing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Great. Also, like, I'm interested in, are you guys raising funding outside of QF privately? Have you received any funding yet?
So far, we are funding through our own resources, and since we are passionate about the project and its outcome, so we are continuing to, make investment in the project ourselves, and we believe that we are not capital hungry. That has been the philosophy, in the sense that as we scale ourselves little up, then we'll go to the market either to raise private capital or potentially prepare ourselves for we could possibly a pre-ICO candidate for investors also. So we are advancing in that direction. But at this moment, we have not raised any external capital. We are investing our own money, and more than that, our own efforts and time and everything.
Awesome. That's great. Awesome, guys. If you like, I think what Safient is building is really unique. Leveraging the benefits of Filecoin's IPFS storage and textiles ThreadDB to add more usability to make it happen. And I think what they're building is a really unique solution to existing problem, and they're trying to solve it in a decentralized way, which is like really unique. I have seen no project working on similar issues, which makes me really like what you guys are building on right now. Yeah, so great. So guys, if you're like me, if you really like what Safient team is building right now, feel free to go to hackerlink.io and go to Filecoin Grant and donate your portion to the Safient project. If you really like what they're building, become their early supporters, voters, curators. And you can do this before July 18th, before the hackathon ends. And stay tuned to Safient's most recent updates by following their Twitter, stay close with their GitHub, and join their community. And the Safient team will be there to answer your questions. So that's pretty much it for today's project demo. Very happy to announce that we're also preparing some new grants for everyone to participate. We have been talking to Polygon and Stacks team, and also our Weave. So maybe we can expect Harmony, Polygon, our Weave, and Stacks quadratic funding grants on HackerLink soon. So yeah, stay tuned for more grants. Stay tuned for more amazing opportunities to engage, to participate in building in different Web3 open ecosystems. And if you haven't followed DoraHacks YouTube channel yet, make sure you do that to stay close with all the amazing project demos and technical workshops provided by our partners. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you on Sunday, where we are presenting another new amazing projects. So yeah, thank you again, Kaushik, Rajiv, for joining us today, and have a great one.
Yeah, Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
DoraHacks
Thank you.
and Filecoin community for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have
Bye
a
bye.
good one. Bye bye.
Bye.